All right, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do some perspective cubes, and it's all based on the video that we saw earlier, this video. And so our final design will look like this. We'll have our first cube being directly in front of our vanishing point, and our second cube will be to the left of the vanishing point. Okay, so let's start by drawing our horizon line. We'll go to geometry here, GeoGebra. And so we'll make our horizon line. I'm going to put it right here in the middle of my screen. And my vanishing point will be the point right in the middle. Just so we know it's a vanishing point, I will change the color to red, and I will change the letters to be VP. All right, so that way it's pretty obvious for me. So when we draw our cube, we really just need 2 points. This point up here and this point down here. So top right, bottom left. And then we can create everything else using using I can't think right now. By using our perpendicular lines and parallel lines. All right, so let's do that. We'll make 2 points, and 1 point will be up here, 1 point will be down here, and they should be about the same distance away. But we're going to use parallel lines being parallel to our horizon line, and then also perpendicular lines that are perpendicular to our horizon line. So those are my parallel lines, and then here will be my perpendicular lines. Okay, and then I need to mark those intersections. Okay, so here's my front face of that cube. Everything else will be, the converging lines will all be they'll all be rays that go right from the vanishing point out to this guy. So let's use the ray tool for that. It's underlined. Ray. So I'm going to go pick a ray that goes out to each vanishing point, or I'm sorry, from the vanishing point to each point of my cube. We're going to think of this like the cube is like a clear plastic cube, so I can see the edges of it, but I can see through it. Okay, now my horizon line is starting to get lost here in the shuffle, so I'm going to change the color of the horizon line just so I can see it very clearly. Let's make it a little thicker too. All right. Okay, so that way it kind of stands out for me. All right, now part of this is we're kind of looking down the barrel of the cube here. I'm going to zoom in so I can see this a little bit more clearly. But the points of this are going to be somewhere along this ray, but I can decide where I want those points to be. And so I'll put a point on the object. Actually, let's do point on object. And let's say we're using parallel lines that are parallel to the outside line. And then I'll mark those intersections. Where are they? There it is. Intersect. And then use more parallel lines. And then I'll mark that intersection again. Okay. And now I can zoom in on this so that I can see it. Now, originally when I did this, we're going to hide the lines. Hide the lines and the rays so that I can redraw everything with segments. There we go. Now we can click those. And I leave the horizon line. So that's why I colored it. So I know not to hide that line. Okay. So now we'll use our segment tool. Let's first connect the outer. Then we'll connect the inner one. And we'll connect those corners. Okay, so here's the picture of our cube. Now I'm going to try and color this with our polygon tool, and I think it'll work because I won't make this super dark. I'm gonna keep it relatively light. All right, so we'll do paint can. See, the darker I make it, the more opaque I make it, the harder it is to see through. So I'll say, let's put it at 40. And so that guy's done. Let's move this over a little bit. Now I'm going to do my second cube will be the cube to the left over here. Okay, so we're still going to use the same horizon line and the same vanishing point, and we'll use the same rule where we start with our 2 points Let's go right here and right here. And then we'll use parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay. And then I'll mark the intersections. If I miss hitting my cube or hitting my point, I can hit the two lines. Where those lines intersect, that's where the intersection point gets created. All right. Now, normally a cube has, we start with a square, meaning all the sides are the same length. And because I've eyeballed this, my sides aren't exactly the exact same length. And that'll be okay for the purposes of what we're doing today. But if we had to be perfectly accurate on this, then we might have to go at this a little bit differently. But anyways, okay, so we have the exterior face, the front face of our cube, and then I will use, let's use rays again. And again, my rays will begin at the vanishing point, and they will connect to every point on this front face, including the back points here, because it's going to show me my back wall. Okay. And I need to decide where this is going to be. So let's put a point on the object, and we'll pick our top right point and our bottom right point, and we'll I'm going to use parallel lines here, but I want to be parallel to this line, but through that point, and parallel to this line, but through that point. And then I'll mark those intersections. So we'll mark this one, and we'll mark this one. And where those guys meet for the parallel lines, that will mark our last intersection point. So okay, intersect. Okay, so now I can hide my objects, and I can redraw this with segments. All right, so let's zoom in here so we can make sure I'm hiding the correct line. Okay. So we're going to redraw now with segments. I have to hide this line. Segment. Okay. So my lines going back to showing the back wall of my cube. Again, this is a clear box, so I can see through it. And when I go to color this, I'm going to have to make sure I'm not going too dark with it. All right, so, and the way he did it is he shaded the front face is the darkest face, and the side face is a lighter face. So, all right, here what we did is we said the front face was at 40, and so what we'll say is on this guy, the front face will make 40 and the side face will make 20. Okay, so let's go with the polygon. And my front face. And my side face. Okay. The front face, we said 40. Oh, 40, there you go. And the side face, we'll make it 20. Okay, now I'm going to pick a different color just so I can tell the difference between these two cubes. But I'm going to make them both, I'll pick purple. Again, the color doesn't matter so much. The opacity is going to be important for the front and the side face. But we've completed this assignment, so now we can take a picture of this, sign it, screenshot, and save it, and include this in our assignment and turn it in our Google Doc. All right? Have fun with this, and I will talk to you later. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.